All right, so this is the read aloud for the workbook, page 166. So Roman Republic, the directions. Use the following reading from the textbook, page 286. So I've taken stuff from the textbook and copy and pasted it down here. To complete workbook, page 166. Identify and explaining two lasting influences. So first you got to identify them, then you have to explain them. Two lasting influences that the Roman Republic has on us here in the United States and Western civilization. Right here, if you click on this link, will be this lecture and read aloud about the reading below. So what was the separation of powers? The main idea in Rome's system of government was the separation of powers. Powers was shared among different people with set roles. And what we're going to see is that they put it into three different branches. After overthrowing the last king, the Tarquins, Romans did not want to be ruled by a single man. They didn't want to be ruled by a tyrant no more. So they built their new system of government to make sure that no one person become too powerful. For centuries, it did work. One way in which the Romans limited power was by splitting offices between two or more men. The Romans did not elect one top leader. Instead, they elected two leaders that we called councils. The councils had equal powers. Each could veto the action of the other. To veto means to stop or cancel the action of a government official or body. So these councils could veto or stop the laws of the other. In Latin, veto means I forbid. The Romans also limited an official's time in office to 1 year. Even a powerful official could not do much harm in that short a period of time. So they had term limits. So we call them term limits of 1 year. Here in the United States, we have term limits. People serve in office either 2, 4, or 6 years. So what are the three branches of the Roman government? Each branch of the Roman government had its own powers. We call that separation of powers and check and balance. So one branch was the magistrates, elected officials who enforce the law and judge cases. The two most powerful magistrates are the councils. You had the assemblies, groups of adult males, Roman citizens who passed laws and elected the magistrates. So these assemblies were your representatives. They passed the laws and they elected the magistrates. The Senate, wealthy, important citizens. They helped pass laws. They controlled foreign policy and the government money. So these were the three branches. How do checks and balances work? Power was divided among the three branches of government. There were assemblies, the Senate, and the magistrates, or elected officials who enforced the law. A government with three parts is called a tripartite government. We are also a tripartite. We have our executive, our legislative, and judicial branches. Each branch has its own set of powers. One branch could check or stop another branch from misusing its power. We have that here in the United States. No branch could hold total power, though the Senate was often the most powerful branch.